Really, Andy? Really? You had to send him home? Yeah, we'll get to who I didn't want to be sent home just a little bit later. Hey guys, and welcome back to Kellie TV. So we started this episode with only 8 guys left. I cannot believe that this season is going by so quickly, and it makes me super sad. Well, we started off this episode also in Venice, and the first person to get a one-on-one was Nick. Is it just me, or is Nick driving you kind of crazy? Because he's driving me kind of crazy. I feel like he's overly cocky, kind of shady. I don't really like him, but I do know one thing for sure. Andy super likes him. So they had a nice little date, and they actually had a chance to talk about the fact that some of the other guys don't really like Nick, and Nick was really able to sugarcoat this, and he was like, I don't want people to not like me, and then he's like, I'm falling in love with you, Andy, and I want to get along with the other guys, and he totally said all the right things to make him in good standing with Andy, to make everything okay, but I don't care. I really don't like him. I do think he's going to go really far, but something about you, Nick, I just don't like. So Cody was pretty upset because he didn't get a one-on-one, and all the other guys had one, and he's never had one. But he'll get his chance in just a little bit. So the guys take a lie detector test in this episode, and I thought that was one of the most interesting parts of the episode. And Dylan, what's up with that, dude? I mean, he was kind of freaking out when he had to answer some questions. And dude, please wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. I mean, how gross are you? Gross. I don't know. He just got freaked out and left, and he was like, I don't want to do this, and blah blah blah. Oh, we did find out who Andy's secret admirer was, and it was Chris. What do you guys think about that? I think it's a little sappy, but Chris does seem like a nice and genuine guy. So Andy took the lie detector first, and then we later found out that she actually told some lies. What's wrong with you, Andy? Also, I was super disappointed by the fact that Andy did not want to know who was lying, because some of the guys told some lies. She ripped up the results. I'm like, hello, what are you doing? I need to know who's telling lies. It might have helped her figure out who not to give a rose to, you know? Should have thought about that, Andy. Josh also did not like the lie detector. He was looking really shady himself. He just didn't understand why she didn't trust him automatically, although he said he did feel better that she ripped up the results. But he just keeps pressing this issue of why he doesn't think the lie detector was cool. And anytime someone's acting like that, it's like, hello, what are you hiding? So Chris got a rose because he fessed up about being the secret admirer, and I'm happy for him. I do not think she will pick him in the end, but he does seem like a nice guy, and I was happy that he got a rose. Then my main man, JJ, yeah, he's kind of started some trouble with the other guys, saying that he doesn't feel like they should be all like, oh, congratulations when you get a rose. He thinks they should be more honest because everyone's out for themselves. Well, that didn't really go well with the other guys. They didn't want to hear that, and they kind of thought he was being a jerk. But let me tell you, JJ is my #1 fave bachelorette. That's right, because this guy, yeah, he followed me on Twitter, like the real JJ O'Brien, the Panspreneur. He followed me on Twitter this week, and I'm like, what is my life? Yeah, awesome. So I had to like totally stalk him in return, and I started following him on Twitter and also on Instagram. We'll talk a little bit more about my stalking in just a little bit. And you should follow these guys on Twitter and Insta because it's really cool. I've been searching the web to find their Twitter and Insta names, and I'm glad that I did. So JJ's kind of like, I don't know, what are you doing, dude? I mean, you probably didn't really need to say that. It was kind of like foot and mouth disease. So Cody finally gets his one-on-one, and I didn't really know much about Cody except that he seemed kind of silly. I don't know, something about him. He wouldn't be a guy that I would want to go out with. But on this date, he was really sweet, kind of over the top, but over the top in sweetness, and I felt kind of bad for him, honestly. He actually seemed like an okay guy, but he was so like, I want to hug you and kiss you and hold you and roll around with you, Andy. It was just like weird. It was like he was talking to a celebrity. It was really weird. I think she felt weird about it. And what was up with the super deep V-neck with the dress coat? What's up with that, dude? That, no, 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 you need some fashion advice. But anyway, unfortunately, Andi had to break the bad news to him, which we all knew was coming, that Cody was just in the friend zone for her. And then he had to go home, and he was crying, and I did feel really awful. And I was over in Beamly talking about how he seemed like a nice guy, and people agreed with me, and they felt bad for him. But the whole time that we were talking in Beamly, we were like, he needs to go home. So Beamly is a really cool app that's free. You can talk about shows while they're on live, which is so fun. And then you can go back throughout the week and talk about what's going to happen in the next episode. And I had such a good time in there tonight. I was posting pictures and just laughing and making fun of some of the guys. Sorry, guys. But it's so much fun. So I hope you'll join me next week. And that link to join Beamly is down below. So, oh, I forgot to mention that Cody wrote her a romantic letter. Oh goodness, Cody. Cody, please, please, please stop. Poor guy. I hope you find love somewhere because you deserve it. So, then we are left with who is going to be going home. So I saw this little gem on Instagram of my boyfriend, my crush, no, I don't know. It's just someone that I think is cool who follows me on Twitter. Yeah, that's JJ. I saw this picture of him like drowning his sorrows and I'm like, this does not look good. This does not look good. So I posted over in Beamly. I said, I think that JJ is going home, which is a shocker to me because honestly, I thought it should have been Dylan because I don't see them having any kind of chemistry at all. And he freaked out over the lie detector and I just don't see him sticking around. I think next week's going to be his week. But sadly, tears, sadness, it was JJ who went home. And he was kind of hinting around on it on his Twitter too. That's why you guys need to follow these people on Twitter and Instagram because you can help predict like who's going to go home. I swear he was like totally giving it away. And I had to tweet him and tell him I was super sorry that he was going home. So JJ, call me maybe. Anyway, I don't really ever think that they would, last. So it's cool. I think honestly that Nick and Josh are like the main contenders right now. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. So I'm really excited for next week because they're going to Brussels and the show just keeps getting better and better. I love it when they whittle it down. There's only 6 guys now. It's way more interesting when she knows the guys and we know the guys than when there's like a billion guys at the beginning. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Kellie TV and I will see you again very soon.